Attention patchworkers, this is what you've been waiting for. This is what you want. This is the only way you can earn cold hard cash. It's the end of season 3 and that's right, it's time for another nauseating commercial radio intro and retrospective. It'll be overhyped, overproduced and littered with sound effects that'll give you a migraine for 6 hours. I'm your host DGF and with me is CSP.
Welcome to Patchwork.
And JTBP.
Got the Patchwork.
Wondering what all those letters are? They're the initialisms of our names, or are they acronyms? Who really cares? In this bumper 3rd season, didn't we find out a lot about these 3 very interesting straight white middle-class males? If you're thinking of becoming a mum and naming your son Josh, make sure you cut his sandwiches into diagonal. At some point, teach him how to not sound like a chainsaw when he's eating Granny Smith apples. And also make him witness every gone-damn signature everyone ever writes.
Oh, wow.
And what about a boy like Christian? Who could forget the disgrace that is his lackluster washing of socks? And on that topic, Christian, hasn't public opinion shifted? Or have you shifted? You were once the darling of the 3 boys, and now you're on the road to being as sociopathic and fickle as the other 2. Ow! We also found out you can't ask Dion about how his holiday was without him blowing his top, unless he's talking about the Colombian snorer, in which case he'll likely want to bully someone into handing over their fruit strap. Also, Patchworkers' big announcement. We're changing our much-loved name from Welcome to Patchwork Podcast to simply Patch Pod.
Oh, Wally.
Hasn't that got a nice little ring to it? So whether you're a boomer, millennial, Gen X, Hubba Bubba X, Gen Z, Gen Lopez or Gen Aniston, rest assured if you ever want to recommend your friends listen to our show, all you got to do is say Patch Pod and they'll know exactly what you're talking about. So deck the halls in your cool white fairy lights, grab a very, very long drink of water, spray some hospital-grade 96-hour deodorant, strap yourself in for part 1 of Patch Pod's Season 3 Retrospective. Welcome to the retrospective. This is the end of season 3. Who knows how many more seasons we have left in us? Josh, how many more seasons have we got left in us?
I'm going to double. Let's just get to 100. That's my
100?
next goal.
100 seasons?
100 seasons!
Yeah, why would I talk about episodes?
Because Dion asked you how many seasons we get to.
Yeah.
You'd answer the question.
Hang on, that means there'd be 1,500 episodes.
That's too many.
Did you say 1,500 or 1,500?
I used to say 1,000 whatever, and I've got into the 100.
What do you do,
in the last
Christian?
like 5 years.
Instead of 1,500.
Yeah, 1,500 or 1,500?
I'm with Josh. As I've gotten older, I tend to say 1,500,
Do you think
1,200.
does it sound cooler?
I think so, yeah. I feel cooler saying it.
Yeah, well, I'm glad we covered that. Thank you. Look, it's been a very big season of learnings. I've learnt so much about you two, and I really wanted to know, before we get started, what is something, Josh, was there something that you learnt about me or Christian or yourself, or something incredibly fickle about the world?
It wasn't something I learnt, but something that stuck with me is when we talked about catching the elevator up to the 1st or 2nd floor, that when I'm in the elevator at work, whenever I see anyone going to the 1st or the 2nd floor, I'm like, piece of shit.
Absolute pieces of shit. Yeah, see, I feel like I want to tell people, when I say something on the show, just give it some weeks.
Yeah.
I'm planting the seed.
Yeah.
You might not agree then and there, just give it a couple of weeks.
Is it possible this has been the most factually inaccurate show?
Absolutely. I feel like this season, so season 1 and 2, we kind of had this nice sheen, you know, it was nice, new and shiny. Whereas now, with all the talk of hygiene and stuff that we've gotten into, I feel like we're kind of the warm, wet sponge now of podcasts, and we're kind of sitting in this tepid water, which is encouraging lots of mold, and the new sponge is just corroded away.
But it's funny you should mention that, Christian, because we had a listener contact us, and the listener's actually a microbiologist. And Christian and Josh, you actually don't know that that this listener has recorded this little bit. We're going to play it for you now. Christian, I've put it on your...
I'm very nervous because I already know the volume of feedback we've had for how incorrect we've been over this season on almost everything we've discussed.
Yep, that's right.
Hi Patchworkers, my name's Mark. I'm a microbiology major and science educator. After many a week of listening to some of the nonsense coming from the Patchwork boys, I've decided I've had enough and it's time to correct them on some of the things they've said in Season 3 of Welcome to Patchwork. Now this season's theme has definitely been one of personal hygiene, so let's take a look back at this season's grossness in what I like to call the Patchwork cavalcade of hygienic shame. But before we get started, Way back in the very first patch of the season, Dion revealed how disgusting he is when he proudly proclaimed to only wash his towels once every month. His justification? Well, Dion's towels are made of bamboo and they're hypoallergenic. Well, Dion, have I got news for you? Hypoallergenic doesn't mean it kills bacteria, it just means it won't make you sneeze. So not only are you stealing food from endangered pandas, you're also washing yourself with a filthy, filthy rag. And Josh, you like to hang your towels on a heated rack. It must feel really good flossing your junk with that, right? The only thing is, when you floss your ass crack, all you're doing is transferring bacteria from your shitty bum to that towel and giving them a lovely place to live until you rub your face with it the next day. Delicious fecal bacteria. So the next time you want to wash your hair, lads, you'd be as well sticking your head in a toilet and flushing it, because that's actually more hygienic than using the same towel for over a month. But let us not forget Christian, the mustachioed voice of reason. In patch 38, we discovered that Christian cannot, in good faith, wear one pair of socks for one day, opting instead to wear them for up to 5 days. Well, Christian, as they say in Italy, that's a no good. Locked away from fresh air and sunlight, your socks have now become a slow cooker for some of the nastiest microbes around. And by continuing to wear the same socks day in and day out, you're only giving the billions of microbes more time to marinate in your disgusting juices. But no amount of women's deodorant is ever going to make up for your rancid little trotters. So please, wash your socks after every use. Gentlemen, I implore you, please regularly wash anything that spends a great deal of time in contact with your body. Mr. Minute didn't wash regularly and look what happened to him. Dead after only a few patches. Thank fuck. And so ends the cavalcade of shame. Wishing you all good health and clean undergarments. I've been Mark. Goodbye.
Great.
Thank you, Mark.
Thank you, Mark.
Listen, Mark, microbiologist Mark.
Can we play that? Can we play the music again now?
Now listen, Mark. I would like to set the record straight here, because obviously there's been an issue during this season which has seen my reputation get crushed. I don't wear my socks 5 days in a row. That's a misnomer. Dion, you said that on the show, but it's 2 to 3 days max. So I will repeat wear, but never 5 days. That's mental.
Yeah, that's the problem there.
But also, shame on both of you for chastising me. You both.
Wow, this has started strong, isn't it, Josh? Whenever someone says you 5 times in a row,
say you as many times as he wears his socks.
No, I was actually tossing up between female sheep and then you. Okay? So I didn't say them anywhere near as much. But you don't have the consistency to blame me for my sock wearing. Dion, your car is a fucking trash pile.
I don't defend it.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
Then what you do is, like I said, you chastise me for this one area of my life, and take this high ground.
It's because it's fundamental. It's not fundamental to have a car in good order. Josh, you're gonna back me up here? Losing faith? No, it's something that's just normal. You just wash your fucking socks.
So
Christian.
I have encountered two groups of people who have come up to me and said, "That's disgusting. You need to wash your socks more." And then the other group of people who are like, "Yeah, it's completely fine. I wear my socks 2-3 times as well."
No, you haven't. Who are those people? They all got the same surname as you.
No, but the reason why we kind of got into you was because it's your first little slip up. With the
Yeah,
chink in the
that's right.
armor. The chink in the armor has appeared.
Why do you think I've
and
become
we're
so
getting in
defensive?
there. I know.
It's hell. Let me cast your minds back to patch 31 for a moment. We had a discussion which Mark touched upon with regards to using our towels and the frequency with which we wash them. Now, Josh, you promised me that you would keep a season-long diary about how often you wash your towels. You had a revelation in the episode. It was time to change.
Yeah, but you know the issue is, so I did start keeping the diary.
Great.
But then shortly after was my girlfriend moved in with me, and she obviously washes her towel way more than me, so mine just gets in there as well. So my schedule was lost because it wasn't on my terms. I got one set out. So according to the towel diary, the 8th of September.
I'm on the edge of my seat.
I washed it. And then I also had a note, so 8th of September. Then the 5th of October, which is about 4 weeks later, I had a note saying, that's when I noticed it start to smell.
Oh.
I was like, okay, so that's like 4 weeks that it starts to smell. And then it was on the 7th, was when I actually watched 7th October. So it was about 4 weeks.
So you left it 3 more days when you were like, this stinks a bit, but I reckon I got a few more uses out of it.
Yeah.
That's my determinant as well. Like there's no intervention. I don't do it just before it starts to smell. I'm like, it stinks.
But that's the thing, isn't when it smells, you go, this is too far now.
But you've crossed that bridge. You can't wind back the clock.
No, so you're happy. So you've crossed the bridge.
I'm not happy. I'm lazy. I'm very lazy about it. But it was like, yeah, this is gross, and it's bad every time I use it now.
But the problem is that you have to wait for a warm day, because if you put your towels out on an 18-degree day, like, how long does it need to be out there before it dries? It takes ages.
Here's the answer. Own more towels.
Yeah, that's actually a very good answer. Yeah, own more socks.
I've got so many. I hate washing them. They're so... God.
What about the towel that sits on the floor?
The bath mat.
Yeah. Is that... What condition, Christian, does that... How often does that get washed every time you wash your towels?
Absolutely not. No way.
What?
Oh, really?
Why would the bath mat get washed as frequently as my towel?
Because you're doing towels. Just chuck it all in.
No, because I live with other people. And if I just take the bath mat and then it's gone...
Mate, buy more bath mats.
Yeah, buy more bath mats.
What do you mean buy more bath mats? No.
More bath mats.
Oh, here we go. This is the inconsistency that I'm talking about. You're grilling me on bath mats.
Don't put it on the grill.
You use your bath mat, what? You just stand on top of it, drip onto it, and then you leave. The towel is going all over your body. That's the one that needs the frequent washing.
Do you hang your bath mat up between uses?
No, but I love the fact that you guys do that at your place.
Yeah. Bit of consistency with Christian, though, we can point out with what comes in contact with the bath mat, the bottom of his feet. Just you think the bottom of your... What are they like? Are they just beautiful?
Have a look. I've got thongs on. Have a bloody look at my feet now.
Okay, let's have a look. Christian just lifting up his... You've got quite a nice arch, actually. It's a really nice arch.
Feet.
They look very normal. They're very normal feet. They fucking stink.
They do not.
No, they don't. So, Josh, when we were preparing for the show, you mentioned as a kid that you weren't showers all the way. You used to have baths. Is that right?
Yeah, never had it. Probably only got into regular showers as like late teens.
What do you mean? People don't get into showers. It's not a fad.
It was always a bath in our house.
Late teens?
Yeah.
Hang on, wait. So you guys growing up had bath. Like, it was like, come on, guys, bath time.
Surely you had baths together as well, didn't you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Really? 3 boys? Up until late teens? That is so strange. Each of you doing each other's long hair.
I think it's only 2 of us at a time. I think, but
that's still bad.
Yeah,
that's still bad.
I just don't get how you wash yourself in a bath. I just don't think it's that easy.
You hand wash yourself.
Yeah.
But it's like I have strong memories of we had like a measuring jug to pour over the water over your
Josh,
head.
Are you serious?
Yeah. And then like when I'd actually wash it, you have to slide down to get your head fully under the water.
Did your 4 grandparents sleep in the same bed as well?
Did you use soap, Josh, or did you use a bomb?
Have you guys
a bath bomb?
Have you guys never had a bath before?
No, I've had a bath. I can't understand how you would fit. You're very tall. You're 6'1". I don't understand how you could fit in a bath with my 3 other
up.
long boys.
With your knees up.
Oh, is that's
why? The justification.
Not justification, explanation. He asked me, I don't understand how you could fit in there.
No, my question is to you, Josh. Now, I presume whilst in the bath, there's a shower somewhere nearby.
There's a shower head, yes.
Yeah.
Did you never have the thought, geez, I wonder what that's like?
It wasn't my decision.
What
it was mum and dad's decision.
Till your late teens?
Did you ever go,
Josh, go take a bath. You stink from school.
I don't know. That was the routine. That was just the routine.
Christian, did you take baths when you were younger?
Yeah, I would have a bath, I don't know, once a month. Once a month as a kid.
Just to treat yourself.
Yeah, what was the occasion?
That's what it was sold as. It's like a little treat, a little relaxation. You go in the bathtub, you could bring a book or something.
But when did you guys start having showers? Did you upgrade to showers?
That's Christian. You weren't showering when you were 1 year old.
This is a mental conversation. When did you start having showers? Yes, I was in the shower from day dot.
What?
No, you weren't. Shot out of the...
No, you weren't.
Put him in the shower.
Everyone would have started at baths, and then at some point you graduate to the shower.
Yeah, that's true. When I was 5, maybe. 4 or 5, I guess.
I would have
3,
been the
4 or
same.
5.
Christian, what about a sauna? Do you understand the purpose of the sauna?
I understand the purpose of a sauna.
Good, because there is no purpose to a sauna.
What do you mean?
They're absolutely useless. They feel good.
No. We've had a microbiologist on. just quickly Google this before you get into it. There's plenty of benefits. Speaking of inconsistency with our earlier episodes and inconsistency of opinion,
Surely this is Josh.
Dion, I'd like to I'd like to cast your mind back to patch 42 when I was lambasted for my opinions of putting my lip to a drink bottle rim. Yeah, so but I don't like when people are like, oh, just hover the bottle over your lips and then you have to kind of squirt it in.
Yeah, I hate getting disease from other people.
Oh, what are you catching from someone from drinking their drink bottle?
I've got no idea. That's probably why I'm not doing it. I'm not up for that. Josh, what do you think? You play netball. Do you share bottles?
Nah, I share it with my girlfriend, but other people, I'd probably go off the tongue.
So both of you very clearly off the tongue, Josh, as you said. So no contact with your lip. But then came Golden Plains. It was a music festival. Well, this is all we talk about is going to music festivals, eating shapes at music festivals. But we were at Golden Plains, 3 of us together, and Dion, you had no issue sharing a Blistex, a little tub of Blistex, putting your finger in, rubbing it on your lips, having a little bit more, rubbing it on your lips, with someone else. I saw that as a massive inconsistency with your opinion.
I think it's different.
How so?
I think it's different. So in my head, and it's a real shame, maybe Mark will correct this, but in my head, if you're giving someone a bottle of water, there's bacteria on the outside of the bottle, you give it straight to them and then they use it. I feel like I've heard, or maybe this relates just to sperm, but I feel like that sperm can't exist outside of the body for longer. And so I feel like that's the same with bacteria. Whereas with Blistex, it could have been a couple of hours since the last person used it and therefore the bacteria is dissipated.
Unbelievable.
But surely your thought there is it's the finger. It's not you're not smushing it right on your lip.
That's right.
If it was a stick of chapstick, maybe it would be different.
Yeah, that's right. So it's just so if I've got a clean finger, and I did wash my finger before I entered the Blistex, I didn't, but I would have liked to. Then it's me going into the Blistex,
someone else's Blistex.
Then I'm grabbing someone, putting on my lips, and then not returning to the Blistex after I've done it.
No, I think it comes down to trust here. I think that
What's the trust the bacteria?
No, trusting the person whose bottle or Blistex you're receiving.
What? Trust that they're not sick.
Yeah, well, you very openly dipped your finger into the Blistex.
It's turned to taking a bit of Blistex to dipping my finger in the Blistex.
No, but that would have been laden with the bacteria from the hand or the other person's lips. What if they double dip?
Yeah, but also I feel
double
like
dip the lip.
I feel like that I'm not also consuming the Blistex. I'm just putting it on my lips. So I'm not drinking the Blistex. It's not going into my body.
It's sitting on the outside.
Yeah.
Oh, look at you. Look how excited you got that Josh was pitching in to help you.
No. It's inconsistent.
Yeah,
Let me
yeah.
be clear.
It's slightly
You're an
inconsistent,
idiot.
but it's a little bit more justifiable, I think.
Okay, fine. I'd like to take 1 minute to remember a close friend of the show whose life was tragically cut short midway through season 3. A man of nobility, humility, passion, and off-the-cuff wit. This season saw the birth and untimely death of a dear, dear friend of the show. I would like to take 1 minute to remember the life and times of Mr. Minute.
It was raining outside, and I had a feeling something big was about to walk right through my door. I remember the old boathouse. I went for a walk down there one time. Went on a date. I'll take the case. I'll take the case.
I'll take the case.
Oh, look, it's a witness. All right, I guess I'm looking for the seedy underbelly to the herb industry.
Hey, welcome to Mr. Chino's Pizzeria. How can I help you today? Hey, Mr. Minute.
Yeah, that's right, Mr. Chino. I got some questions for you. I'll take the case. I don't know, but I've busted this whole thing wide open, and I'm going straight to the press.
Not if we put your legs in concrete first, Mr. Minute.
Oh, no.
Okay, overboard you go. And that is the end of Mr. Minute.
That's beautiful. Didn't miss him at all.
Now, all the way back in Patch 31, we discussed very heatedly about me getting through a whole packet of biscuits in one sitting.
Yep.
And we had a lot of people seem to grab onto that one.
Yeah, we had people on social media hitting us up with empty biscuit packets going, I'm with Josh. I'm with Josh.
But one thing that I wanted to ask you guys, similarly with the biscuits, is how do you go with a dip?
A dip?
Yeah, how far do you
Yeah.
get through a dip? Because when I have a dip, I realize that if I ever don't finish it and there's like half or whatever, I forget about it. It goes back in the fridge
Oh,
and gets
wow.
completely forgotten about.
Can I ask you, Josh, are you consuming your dip with crackers or with carrots and celery?
Generally a cracker.
Are they the
Really.
only 3 options?
I don't think there are any others.
Bit of pita bread's all right sometimes.
Well, that's what I mean by a cracker. A carbohydrate of some sort.
Can I just say, Christian, just before you answer, one thing that I have to do now is because I can't eat garlic or onion, I have to do this thing where I pick up a dip and look at the bottom of it and see what the ingredients are. I always feel so awkward doing it. It's like this massive thing that, I don't know, I just feel really uncomfortable
well, is the
doing
dip
it.
open at this point?
The dip is open.
Yeah,
and
so
then-
you need to like hold it above your head so you don't spill any dip, right?
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like people looking at me going, is there something wrong with it? Like, is there something like, has he got some
Yeah.
problem with this?
Yeah, like you've tasted someone going, oh,
Yeah.
this must be off.
Yeah,
Like-
exactly. Raising it up. It's very strange. Anyway.
Or raising it to the light, inspecting it further.
For garlic and onion.
Yeah. Do you now err to some particular dips?
I can't have tzatziki anymore. What a nightmare. Can't have some eggplant dips.
Oh, hang on.
Yeah, it's really, really
That's
shit.
tough. A baba ganoush.
Yeah, baba
That'd be
ganoush
a
cannot
really big
have.
hit.
Don't
Yeah.
know why it's been called a baba ganoush.
Why has it been
The
called baba
weirdest,
ganoush?
the weirdest name of the dip.
Yeah, let's question another language. Why they've selected those
Oh
words.
yeah, that's from another language, baba ganoush.
Where do you think baba ganoush is from?
Do you reckon Rogan
Emerald
Josh
Isle?
is Punjab? Like,
Yeah, it is.
is it?
Yeah, it
Rogan
is.
Josh is Punjab.
Yeah, it was the horse. Guys, won the Melbourne Cup.
Right here. But Dion, when you tuck into a dip
Yep.
that doesn't have onions or garlic in
Yep.
it, how far are you getting? Let's say it's just you.
Yeah, no, I'm exactly the same as you, Josh. It's something I don't know. I don't know if I've ever seen a dip container finished. Like I've never seen it. It always gets
Whoa.
returned, and then you got to worry about best before, use by date. When
Yeah.
can you bring it out? But it so often gets forgotten. Exactly the same as you, Josh.
So dips have a 5-day after opening?
Is that what
That's
it
what
is?
it says. 5 to 7 days.
bullshit, though.
I agree. I reckon I've eaten dips months after I've opened them.
Yeah, like I had today I was going to eat some eggs. Eggs are a bit different, and they were 3 weeks past the best before. Do you reckon I'm in trouble?
Nah, you're fine.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like this best before thing is bullshit. It's absolute bullshit.
Right. Let's get it all out of our system. At least it's still season 3.
But the key to the phrase is best. It's best before this date.
Yes,
It's
yeah,
not
it's
like
not a used by.
awful and disgusting. We need an awful and disgusting by date.
Yeah, awful and disgusting after. Okay, so the thing that I think is the key to a dip consumption is how much volume you put on the cracker itself.
Yep.
Do you guys take issue with people who take really large scoops in the dip?
I don't mind that because what I'll do is to prevent myself going back and back and back, I'll do a big, almost like a plate. So I'll do a big dip onto one cracker and then 4 other crackers dip off that.
Christian, what do you think
is
of that?
Unbelievable. That's a fantastic
Yeah.
technique.
So instead of having to go over to the table, get the dip every time.
I have wanted my entire life edible plates, right? I remember I have this very distinct memory of being a kid and we're eating a soup out of this bread basket, whatever it was. And then the waiter at the end, I had finished the soup and he was like, "You can eat that."
Amazing.
And I was like, "This is unbelievable."
Oh, it's great. Imagine this waiter come out, just give you a little nudge. Hey, kid, you can eat that.
try the fork as well. It's delicious.
Now lick my arm. Wait a minute. So I think that's genius.
Yeah.
So you're using the cracker as a vestibule for.
Yep.
But the thing is that if you did that, I would see you as very selfish. I'd get really upset at you.
Yes, that's what I was thinking. And Christian, I don't think you'd have, I'd say, the courage to do something like that.
To call someone like Josh out.
No. To grab such a large amount of dip and then redistribute it to the other crackers.
It depends on who I'm with as to how hectic my dipping is.
So you got to do a polite dip.
Yeah,
As with
I
everything in your
politely dip.
life, there is politeness and duty of care with getting the amount of dip right.
But also...
You wouldn't really understand that concept, would you, Josh?
No, but I think that it's important to maintain humble with your dip consumption, because when you have a correct balance of flavors, even too much of the carbohydrate, it leaves you longing for more dip. You go, geez, I'd love a bit of dip to wash this cracker down.
The other genius thing, I'm just going to talk myself up again with my dip technique, is
Yep.
that on your own...
You're talking about yourself. You're self-reflecting on your own genius.
Yep. You can then double dip in your own dip because it's just your personal little bit of dip.
Yeah, that's true.
But the other thing that I do as well is if you don't have the little dip plate and you're going into the main dip.
Yeah.
Now, what do you think about this? In terms of double dipping, what I'll do is say I've got a bit of carrot, I bite one end, I want to dip again, I flip it around, dip the other end in so it's not the bit that touches my mouth.
But it's such a hand. It's such a hand.
Yeah.
I've got no issue with that. Christian, you've got an
Of
issue
course
with
you
it?
Yeah, you put your fingers in someone's Blistex. Of course you've got absolutely no issue. No, I'm fine with double dipping, as I'm
Really?
consistent with being lip to rim. Absolutely. A double dip is
But
fine.
that's not your choice.
That's
What do you
not
mean?
your choice.
That's affecting everyone else.
But I'm fine with double dip. I've got no issues with it.
But that then, so do you double dip into the dip?
Do I double dip in dip?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll double dip.
That's nuts.
Why is that nuts?
Because you're making the choice for other people. You might be okay
What
with
is
it.
the choice? What are they deciding on? What is so scary about a little bit of my... I get it now. A little bit of me.
I was going to say, usually I'd come in for backup with Joshy, but I reckon you can handle this all yourself.
I'm just imagining how Dion just look at the ingredients, got a little bit of Christian, 20% Christian in that.
Josh, when you finish... So when you... let's explore your genius a little bit further. So when you finished dipping off your cracker,
Yep.
right? Do you then... do you just put that cracker in your mouth, or are you making a dip sandwich?
No. So you leave, the amount of dip you leave, the final bit left,
Yep.
is what would be a standard dip.
Oh, man.
So then you've got a one bonus at the end.
So you can't use this technique when you're a little bit intoxicated, because there's a lot of math involved.
As if you're really smashed and dipping crackers into dip. When the hell are you doing that?
Almost exclusively when I'm drunk. What are you talking about?
It's true.
You know, everyone goes to Macca's. I've always... No, thank
Christian
you.
just gets out of tzatziki.
Pull up a nice pill pal. Oh, boy.
24 nuggets. What sauce would you like? So back in patch 32, it would be fair to say that we had a massive blowout, an argument over which way you store your cups, right way up or upside down. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Have your habits changed since then? Mine have. I don't give a shit.
Really?
Yeah, I actually don't care.
Hang on, but you didn't care then either, did you?
But obviously it fostered a discussion like D&M with my girlfriend, and she was like,
Really?
I want them the right way up. And I was like, yeah, great. I don't give a shit. I care that Josh had baths up until he was 19.
Hang on, but your girlfriend wants them up.
Yeah, she wants them up. And
Why?
Look, who gives a shit?
Why?
I guess that's the tester. If you don't notice the difference, then
No, I don't
probably doesn't
care.
matter.
But it made me think what other tendencies I have in the kitchen. And one of the things, Christian, you would be very, very familiar with is how I stack a dishwasher and how badly I would be at it. Even if you haven't seen me stack a dishwasher, I don't care. The dishes just need to go in.
Really?
Yeah, no, I don't care. It'd drive me nuts.
Yeah. So see, look at I hadn't wanted to mention it because I've known that this about you for a while, Dion. Because actually, when he's stacking the dishwasher, he gets frustrated at the fact that he knows people care about this. So he just chucks shit in. And he's like, "Oh, just get in there."
But don't you, when you go in, are you the kind of person, and I hate, and this happens in
Are
my
you the kind of
house,
person, we missed that from the start of the episode.
who, like, when you're putting stuff in, like, say you're doing plates, you're not just going to put plate on the end, plate one in, plate one in, plate one in. You'll just randomly chuck them in?
No. I'll do plates. I'll do big plates in one area. But
Okay,
if
good.
they're touching each other, I've got such a good dishwasher in this rental property. It could take on anything. It can take on absolutely
It's up for the
anything.
challenge.
Yeah, it's up for the challenge.
My issue is that has come up a few times is bowls where like literally bowl over top of other bowl. And I'm like, do people not understand how the dishwasher works?
Me.
I don't either.
Me.
I've got
Really?
no idea.
Yep.
No idea.
Do you see, the arms at the top and the bottom?
I thought there's arms just at the bottom.
Hang
Well,
on.
some of them are different. Some of them have like an arm at the top. Okay.
Yeah, no, I understand.
So that spins around
Yeah,
and
yeah,
water
yeah, yeah.
shoots out of that.
Yeah, got that. Fine.
Did you, Christian? Did you know that? You must have known that.
100%. I've just never used a dishwasher in my life. My family never really used dishwashers either.
Yeah.
Because we had a routine growing up, which was you clear the table. My sister, you wash the dishes. Christian, you dry, and then vice versa.
Wait, so Christian, you have a dishwasher here, right?
We do.
Never
Yeah.
used it?
No, rarely.
Incredible.
Really rarely.
That's it. What do you think of that, Josh?
That's fair enough. That's a good way to...
How's that fair enough? He's got a dishwasher. It's like one of the most convenient things in a house.
But
Yeah, but
one
also
of the
it's
most.
teaching your children good habits.
Christian, did you use the toilet here as well? Just take a shit in the backyard.
I'd go to Josh's place for that. But yeah, I have gone so many years never knowing how to properly, and I've never admitted it to anyone because I see it as this shame on my life.
Oh my God, this is like Christian's Nanette. This is Hannah Gadsby all over again. All the comedians are doing it now. Is this comedy or is it?
No, this is real life, Dion. Laugh if you want. But yeah, I just don't know. Like you said, Josh, bowls on top of bowls. I get it. Like that doesn't make sense. But then I remember once I went to put some Tupperware in there, and my girlfriend lost it. She's like, "It's too big. You're taking up way too much space with that."
Yeah, I don't like Tupperware going in there because it just takes up a lot of space and they're always weird sizes. Whereas the thing it's designed for, it's like, this is definitely for plates, it's definitely bowls, it's definitely for cups. It's designed that way.
Have you seen that on some particular things that you have around the kitchen, it says top rack of dishwasher only?
Oh, really?
No,
Have you
it
ever come across
doesn't.
that? It does.
It specifies.
It does. So I just bought a food processor and they're like, with the bowl, make sure it's on the top rack only. I looked this up. Why do you think that is?
The cutlery rack.
No. Well, the cutlery rack's not
the
always...
pressure that the water comes out at.
Yeah, it would be less pressure.
It's the heating element. It's furthest away from the heating element. Makes total sense.
Wow.
See, Patchworkers, you learn something new every 2
Yeah,
weeks.
when you look it up and research it and then present it as fact.
Christian, weren't you telling me that stacking a dishwasher is something that you should actually learn at school? Now, I know school is for academia and everything. We should all learn our life skills.
Yeah.
You really think that should, a period, maybe a week, Christian?
Yeah, I think when you're in about grade 3 or 4, I don't think teachers can just assume that your parents are going to teach you everything. Parents are busy, they've got jobs, they'll miss some
They're
things.
raising kids.
They're raising kids.
They're filling dishwashers.
But just have a class like maths, English, science, practical life skills.
Yeah.
Teach them how to load a dishwasher.
I agree with you. I don't think loading a dishwasher is on that list.
I think it's so dumb as well, because imagine the infrastructure that the school would have, because they need 24 dishwashers just to show kids how to load it.
and full crockery sets as well for all of them.
That's great.
But
and
Dion-
2 bowls per child.
Dion, don't you think that you would be in better stead now had you learnt how to, hear me out, put the dishes in the dishwasher,
Yep.
correctly do the settings for your washing machine and know whether whites and greys should be or colors and this and that, and what fabric conditioner is versus detergent, and then what the little tablets are, or do you use the powder in your dishwasher? Like, people, I don't know when the tablets get used.
I think it'd be so funny if you had periods at school that was sponsored by like Fisher and Paykel, and a teacher introduced it. This period is sponsored by Westinghouse.
But don't you think practical life skills should be like, okay, how do you make a bed?
No.
How do you wash your sheets?
No. Practical life skills like time management, project management, how to get a job, all that stuff. They're practical life skills, not doing your bed or doing up the buttons on a
Project management is a practical life skill, but putting the dishes in your dishwasher isn't.
No, but it's more. It's something that you can't. You can read about how to do it.
No, because all I've got now is YouTube videos, and it's embarrassing being up at 1 a.m. typing in how do you use a dishwasher.
Really, really good. You know what's really, really good? Really, really good. You know what's really, really good?
So as we do with Really Good every now and again, we do a bit of a twist. And this episode, do you know what's peely good? Opening a snack.
Peely good. Peely good. Do you know what's peely good? When the recipe you're using doesn't call for the potatoes to be peeled, just washed. Peely good. Peely good.
Peely good.
Peely good.
And you know what's peely good? Becoming so good at peeling an apple with a knife that you keep the skin in one continuous thread.
Peely good.
Peely good.
Peely good. You know what's peely. Well, what a great time we just had in part 1 of our Retrospective Season 3. We have a live show coming up. This is very, very exciting. If you are listening to my voice right now, we'd love to have you along. It's on Saturday, the 25th of May. It's in Melbourne. It's at the Grace Darling Hotel. It's at 3 p.m. Tickets are now available and they are selling like hotcakes.
Hotcakes always sell, don't they?
Tickets are now available, and if you go to our Facebook page, Instagram, or Twitter page, there's a link there where you can buy tickets. They're $20, and we really hope to get you along. It'll be heaps and heaps and heaps of fun. As we do every week, we sew a new patch into our quilt of friendship. Josh, what patch did you sew into the quilt this week?
Thanks, Dion. My patch this week is you getting a whole tub's worth of Blistex on a cracker so you can apply it sparingly throughout the day. Christian, what patch did you sew this week?
This week, I sewed into my patch Josh and his netball teammates sharing a bath after a big game. And Dion, what did you sew into your patch this week?
My patch this week is me inspecting the contents of a tiny pot of tzatziki, realising it has garlic in it, and smearing it all over my lips. Thank you for listening to Welcome to Patchwork this week. We'll be back in 2 weeks for part 2 of our retrospective. I've been Dion.
I've been Josh.
And I've been Christian.
Goodbye.
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 What is that? Is that oil? Oh, of course.
Olive.
Olive.
Olive oil. Olive. Olive. It's olive oil.
Who is it?
Olive. I don't know.